There are moments in life where everything you build starts to break, where the people you trust walk away, where the plans you made collapse like sandcastles under waves, where life doesn't just challenge you, it hits you. Hard, unexpected, relentless. And it's in those moments where the light feels far, where the fight feels lost, where staying positive feels like a joke. You're not weak for feeling pain. You're not broken for having bad days. You're human. But let me tell you something right now. Something real. Something true. Staying positive doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. It means believing that it won't stay this way forever. It means holding on to a flicker of hope, even when your hands are shaking. The storm is not the end of your story. It's the chapter where you rise. And staying positive? That's not naive. That's bravery. It's the courage to say, I don't know how, but I'll keep going. I don't see it yet, but I believe something better is coming. This pain won't last forever. When life gets hard, your mindset is your shelter. Your words are your armor. And your attitude? That's your weapon. The first fight is within. Before you fight the world, you fight your own thoughts. Before you conquer the problem, you conquer the voice that says you can't. Before you rise, you wrestle with the weight inside you. Here's the truth. Positivity is not a switch. It's not about smiling through suffering. It's a daily decision, a daily discipline, a daily battle. The battle to choose strength over self-pity, faith over fear, hope over despair. You don't need to fake your feelings, but you do need to feed your faith. Because whatever you feed grows. Feed negativity, and it consumes you. Feed hope, and it carries you. So today, choose to feed the voice that says, this will pass. I'm built for this. I've survived worse. I'm not done yet. Pain has a purpose. You might not see it now. You might not believe it yet. But pain is a teacher, a refiner, a purifier. It burns, but it reveals what you're made of. It shatters, but it shows you how to rebuild stronger. It hurts, but it humbles, molds, sharpens. Ask anyone who's ever grown. The growth came not in comfort, but in crisis. Pain forces you to look deeper, to dig into strength you never knew you had, to break patterns that kept you stuck, to appreciate light in a way comfort never taught you. So if you're in pain right now, you're not being punished. You're being pushed. Pushed to grow. Pushed to transform. Pushed to rise. You don't have to see the whole road. You don't need to know how the storm ends. You just need to take one more step. Staying positive is not about knowing the outcome. It's about choosing trust in the unknown. It's about saying, I'll keep walking, even when it's dark. I'll keep believing, even when I'm tired. I'll keep standing, even when it hurts. Because the truth is, storms don't last forever. Wounds don't stay open forever. Seasons of struggle always pass. But how you speak to yourself during the storm, that stays with you. So speak life. Even when life feels like death. Speak light. Even when all you see is darkness. Because what you say becomes what you believe. And what you believe becomes what you live. You don't stay positive because life is easy. You stay positive because giving up is worse. You stay positive because your future self needs it. Because your family needs it. Because your dream needs it. You don't stay positive to deny reality. You stay positive to change it. And it starts with a whisper. I've got this. Even if it cracks in your throat. Even if your hands are trembling. Even if your heart is breaking. You've got this. Because even in the dark, you are the light. Studio Microphone Part 2. The Mind Under Pressure. The mind under pressure. Pressure doesn't create weakness. It reveals it. It pulls it to the surface. It exposes the thoughts we've buried, the doubts we've ignored, the beliefs we've never questioned. When life squeezes you, whatever is inside spills out. Fear, anger, frustration, or faith, focus, determination. So what's in you? You see, staying positive when life gets tough isn't about avoiding pressure. It's about training your mind to respond with strength under pressure. It's about mental conditioning. Just like the body, the mind can be trained, strengthened, sharpened. But most people wait until everything falls apart to start training. Start now. Recognize your triggers. Every person has pressure points, moments that make the mind spiral, people who drain us, fears that grip us, thoughts that trigger panic. You want to stay positive? Start by identifying your triggers. What words cause your mood to shift? What situations steal your peace? What habits pull you into negativity? Awareness is power, because you can't change what you won't confront. Write them down. Study them. Face them. That's not weakness, that's war strategy. And staying positive is mental warfare. Master your reactions. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you react. When the pressure hits, your first thought might be, "This is too much." But your second thought can be, "I've handled pressure before. I bend, but I don't break. I may feel fear, but I choose action." Don't let the first negative thought dominate. You're not your first thought. You are the one who gets to choose the next one. Train yourself to respond, not react. Respond with composure, with clarity, with conviction. That's the mindset of a warrior. And in hard times, warriors don't shrink. They rise. Replace thoughts like you replace clothes. Here's something most people never learn. You don't have to accept every thought that enters your mind. Your thoughts are not always facts. They are habits, reflexes, patterns. And just like you change your clothes, you can change your thoughts. Catch the negative one, take it off, and put on something better. Replace "this always happens to me" with "this is teaching me something new." Replace "I'm not built for this" with "this is building me into who I need to be." Replace "I'm falling apart" with "I'm falling into place." You are not your fear. You are not your failure. You are not your past reaction. You are what you choose right now. You have been here before. Think about it. This isn't your first battle. This isn't your first storm. This isn't the first time you felt like quitting. And yet, you're still here. Breathe that in for a second. You've survived heartbreak. You've survived loss. You've survived disappointment. You've survived days you thought would destroy you. Give yourself credit. The fact that you're even listening to a message like this means something inside you still believes in the light, still believes in hope, still wants more. So don't give up on yourself now. You've come too far to only come this far. Train your focus. Here's a secret about positivity. It's not about always being cheerful. It's about what you choose to focus on. Two people can go through the same pain, and one comes out bitter while the other comes out better. What made the difference? Focus. One saw only what was taken. The other saw what could be built. One kept replaying what went wrong. The other kept imagining what could go right. You want to stay positive? Then train your focus like an elite sniper. Zoom in on progress, not perfection. Zoom in on what you can control, not what you can't. Zoom in on opportunity, not only on the obstacle. Your focus is your filter. and your filter becomes your reality. Protect your mind like a castle. You wouldn't leave your house doors open for thieves. So why leave your mind open to negativity? When life gets hard, your mind is vulnerable. So protect it fiercely. Limit the voices you let in. If someone's draining your energy, step back. If a TV show is amplifying your anxiety, turn it off. If your phone is a portal for panic, disconnect. This is not avoidance. This is self-defense. You're in recovery. You're rebuilding. You're resetting your atmosphere. Positivity doesn't grow in a toxic space. It needs room to breathe, room to expand. So protect your castle, guard your gates, and fill your space with light. Your mind is your battlefield. Your thoughts are your tools. And your belief system? That's your blueprint. Don't wait for life to get easier to become stronger. Become stronger so that life no longer breaks you the same way. You have what it takes. Not because it's easy, but because you've decided to train. So when the pressure builds, when the storm rages, when your old habits come back to haunt you, you won't fold. You'll rise. Because you've done the inner work. You've built the inner strength. You've rewired your thoughts. And now, you don't just survive the pressure. You thrive through it. Studio Microphone Part 3, the voice that changes everything. The voice that changes everything. There's a voice that follows you everywhere you go. Not your family. Not your friends. Not your enemies. You. Your voice. Your internal dialogue. The one that no one hears, but you always feel. And when life gets tough, that voice gets louder. Sometimes it lifts you. Sometimes it drowns you. So let's get real. What is your voice saying to you? Because that voice, it becomes your belief. It becomes your identity. It becomes your world. You are always speaking, even in silence. You may not say it out loud, but your thoughts are speaking. Your reactions are speaking. Your posture, your decisions, your habits, they're all speaking your truth. So ask yourself, what story is my voice telling me? Am I telling myself I'm not enough? That I always mess it up? That I can't change? That this pain will never end? Because if that's your inner script, then your outer life will match it. Not because it's true, but because you believe it. The power of a new narrative. Here's the good news. You don't have to keep repeating the same story. You can choose a new script. You can change the narrative. But not just by thinking positively. No. You have to speak strategically. You have to speak deliberately. Because every word you say programs your brain. Speak doubt, and your mind shuts down. Speak hope, and your mind looks for solutions. Speak defeat, and your strength collapses. Speak resilience, and your soul activates. Speak with intention. Speak with clarity. Speak the kind of truth that doesn't describe where you are, but declares where you're going. Your voice is your command. You want to stay positive? Command your mind like a leader commands an army. I know it's hard, but I'm built for hard things. I know I'm tired, but I will finish this. I know I'm afraid, but I'm moving anyway. I may not see the end, but I'm not quitting here. Your voice is not a reaction. It's a weapon, a tool, a compass. Your words don't just describe your life, they shape it. Stop repeating their lies. Maybe someone told you you weren't good enough. Maybe someone said you were too broken, too slow, too sensitive, too weak. And maybe you believed them. And now, you've taken their words and made them your own. But that stops today. Right now. This moment. You are not obligated to keep repeating the wounds of others. You are not required to echo their pain. You are allowed to write a new truth. You are allowed to say, I am not what they called me. I am not their fear. I am not their failure. I am not their insecurity projected onto me. You are allowed to reclaim your voice. Replace shame with strength. The most dangerous voice is the one soaked in shame. It whispers, you're too late. You always ruin things. Why even try? You're a mess. But shame is a lie. It's not correction. It's not accountability. It's not growth. Shame is a chain. And you weren't born to be chained. You were born to change. So instead of, I'm such a failure, say, I'm learning through my mistakes. Instead of, I'm broken, say, I'm healing. Instead of, I'm not enough, say, I'm more than what happened to me. Your voice can't stop life from being hard, but it can keep your heart from growing hard. Your words are a choice. You may not choose the storm. You may not choose the pain, but you can choose the words that you speak through it. When everything's falling apart, you can still say, this is not how my story ends. This isn't forever. This is refining me. This is making me better, not bitter. You can choose to speak hope into a hopeless place. To speak life over the dry bones of your situation. To speak peace even while the war rages on. That's power. That's courage. That's emotional leadership. And emotional leadership is what separates those who stay stuck from those who rise stronger. Your voice is not just noise. It's vibration. It's alignment. It's energy that reshapes your inner and outer world. So protect it. Train it. Elevate it. And when life gets heavy, don't just carry it. Speak to it. I will not quit. I will not go numb. I will not give up on joy, on purpose, on myself. Speak it again and again and again, until your heart believes it, until your soul lives it, until your world reflects it. Because when you change your voice, you change your direction. And when you change your direction, you change your destiny. Studio Microphone Part 4. The habits that hold you together. The habits that hold you together. When life falls apart, habits hold you together. Not motivation, not hype, not fleeting feelings. Habits. The quiet, consistent things you do, especially when no one's watching. Because when your emotions are scattered, when your mind is overwhelmed, when your heart is heavy, discipline becomes your lifeline. You don't rise to your motivation. You fall to your systems. Everyone talks about staying positive like it's about feeling good. But staying positive is about building strong patterns before the storm hits. Because in the heat of the moment, you won't rise to the level of your potential. You'll fall to the level of your preparation. So what are your patterns? What are your rituals? What daily habits are building your strength, even on the bad days? It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things consistently. The power of a morning habit. Before the world gets to you, get to yourself. Before the noise, the stress, the chaos. Center yourself. Even 5 minutes in the morning can rewire your mind. 5 minutes to speak life. 5 minutes to breathe deep. 5 minutes to move your body. 5 minutes to write down gratitude. 5 minutes to remind yourself who you are and what you're capable of. You don't need an hour. You need intention. Because what you do first thing in the morning frames your entire day. Start it in alignment. Start it with power. Start it with purpose. And the day doesn't control you. You control it. Move your body. Shift your mind. Your physiology and your psychology are deeply connected. You can't stay mentally strong in a physically drained body. So when life gets tough, move. Even if it's just a walk. Even if it's just 20 push-ups. Even if it's stretching your arms toward the sky like you're reaching for your breakthrough. Movement shifts mood. You feel stuck? Move. You feel low? Move. You feel lost? Move. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be done. Discipline in your body leads to clarity in your mind. Energy in your body brings fire to your soul. So move. Feed your mind what you want to become. You want to stay positive? Then don't scroll aimlessly. Don't binge negativity. Don't surround yourself with people who hate on everything. Feed your mind with light, with truth, with vision. Read things that empower you. Listen to voices that pull you higher. Watch content that lifts your eyes and your standards. Because what you consume, you become. And if you consume doubt, you'll live it. If you consume despair, you'll speak it. If you consume hope, you'll carry it. Guard your mental diet like your future depends on it. Because it does. Build a positivity practice. You don't just have a positive mindset. You practice it. Like a craft. Like a warrior sharpens their blade. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it grows through resistance. So when you feel the weight of the world, that's your chance to train. Say something encouraging. Speak something bold. Write something honest but hopeful. And when you repeat it, you reinforce it. And when you reinforce it, you rewire your brain. Your habits are your foundation. When everything around you feels unstable, go back to your foundation. Your breath. Your words. Your routines. Your boundaries. Your commitments to yourself. Even when motivation is gone, show up. Even when no one sees, show up. Even when it's not working yet, show up. Because positivity isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about showing up with the belief that even the smallest act can begin to change everything. It's easy to be positive when life is easy. But real strength, real character, real transformation, it's built in the trenches. And in the trenches, habits become holy. They become sacred. They become the rope you grab when everything else slips. So build habits that lift you, that remind you who you are, that make you proud even on your lowest days. Because when the storm comes, and your emotions fail you, and your motivation runs dry, your habits will hold you.